Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After our adventures in Talon last week, we're back to our own universe as Space Month continues. Today we're playing SpaceCorp 2025 to 2300 AD by GMT Games. Our goal in this one is to build up the most profitable company in the space world by exploring in 3 different eras. We'll start off with the Mariners era, where we're exploring in the immediate vicinity around Mars and our immediate space in the solar system. Then we explore the rest of the solar system in the Planeteers era, and then in the Starfarers era, we're exploring out further in the rest of the Milky Way galaxy. Conflict Board Gaming has had this game for a while, but couldn't get into it. I can see how it's not something for everybody. It's a more traditional Euro, and the reason it's kind of stuck with me is because of the theme. Actually, the main reasons are the theme and how simple it is to get into. So we've got our starting offer, where we've got a chemical drive to start with. It provides move 1. I'll explain more about how that works as we need it. There's also a space, may upgrade as infra. You may be able to see down here, but we've got essentially 3 infrastructure spaces, well, actually 4 infrastructure spaces for our corporation. We've got a research infrastructure and then 3 other infra. Whatever we've played down here, we can use as part of our actions. That will make more sense as we get into the game. So we'll reveal our first offers. First up, we've got a science module up here. That's a move 1 or explore 1, a one-off. Then we've got another science module. Then another chemical drive, and a cargo pod that's a move 1 or a build 1. Now, you're also probably noticing a section on the bottom of the card here, which will indicate the action that they're taking. Wait a second. Okay, I think I had to double check this, but I had to double check it last night, but I do have the right deck for me, and the Automa actually uses the deck the next era ahead. So they're going to be drawing from the Planeteers deck for their actions. Without any further ado, what say we get into this? And Conflict, if you have any questions as we're playing, of course, feel free to fire those away. So the competition is all of their teams down here, and we'll start off looking at their first action. They're sending a team up to Luna. Since there's nobody there yet, I'm just going to double check how this works for them. Alright, they place a competition team at the site, okay? As for me, I have an action I can take as well. I think I'm going to take a research action. I'm going to set up for a little bit. I'm going to take a chemical drive, and then I'm going to take a card off the top, which is a cargo pod. I'm not completely thrilled with that. Replacement offers another science module. Then I also get to draw a card. Since I have 3 or less in hand, it gets another chemical drive. As for the Automa, they are taking offers 2 and 4 off the board. So essentially they'll discard those from me, taking away those options and replacing them. We've got another cargo pod. Actually, 2 more cargo pods coming out. As for my turn, I'm going to take my turn for a chemical drive that I'll upgrade into my infra. It's got the may upgrade as infra, so I can play that as well. I'll draw a card. Not thrilled with that, but let's see what the competition's doing next. They're going to Solar Lagrange Point 4. So Solar Lagrange Point 4 is over here. And I believe with the Lagrange site, yep, they place a competition team. Okay. Let's see. So I have to add a penalty for Earth. I'm actually going to send a team. So I've got 2 move in my infra right now. I'm going to add a move from a cargo pod for 3. That'll get me up to Luna. That way I've got an Explore in hand, so I'll try to put a base down, or I'll try to explore Luna next turn. Then I'll draw a card. It's another chemical drive, okay? So this card is a little bit different for the Automa. Solar Lagrange Point 2 or North Mars. They check the leftmost part of the card first. Since there's no team at Lagrange Point 2, they'll send a team there. And just like I wanted, I will use my science module for an Explore 1 to explore the site at Luna. And I don't think I kick off the team there. And building is a different action I can take. So it would cost me 2 to build a base there. But let's see what I find on exploring. I find exotic elements, which gives me a profit, and I can take a produce action. So I will take a profit. There we go. Okay. So 1-0. I'm leading. Whoopee. As for the competition, they're taking offers 1 and 3 off the board, so there are 2 more explorers going away. Then they'll flip over an Explore 1 or Build 2, and a Build module, which is a Build 1, may upgrade as Infra. Unfortunately, that didn't much help me with building the... That didn't help me with building the base there, so I'm actually going to grab the excavators, so I can build a base there next turn, and I'm going to take a card off the top. Okay, that's an option. Then we'll replenish the offer. We're replenishing that with a reusable solid nuclear drive. That's something I can upgrade as Infra, which I may be grabbing that, assuming it's there in a couple turns. As for the competition, they're going to Lunar LP5, so they're going here. The question is, do I want to grab that reusable solid nuclear drive now? And the reason I can grab it is I've got a Research 2 as a Research Infra. And I think the answer here is yes, I do want to grab that now. So I'll grab that here, and I can take another card. I'll take 1 off the top. Okay, that's a production action. And then we'll flip out a new offer, which is a heavy lifter, move 2 or build 2. As for the competition, they are going to Solar Lagrange Point 2. They've got a team there already, so they can do an action there. Since the team is present, they'll remove the team and place a competition base, which I've got the blue bases in a draw cut. So I'll use that to determine what base we're putting out. We'll see what kind of base they're putting out. They're putting out an attraction base, which I believe doesn't work for them for a matching base. Attraction, the Discovery has... Nope, it doesn't match for them. Okay, that's fortunate for us. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build 2. I'm going to use a build 2 with the excavators to place a base here on Luna. The question is, what base do I want to place? Let's see. I'm just pulling over the bases so I can check what base I can build there. And I will grab... Let's see. Site is a Lagrange point, which Luna is not, so I can't build there. I can't build an attraction there because it doesn't have volcanic or an alien artifact. Can't build a biolab. I could build an industrial, but I don't think building an industrial is going to do me any good. A refinery or research base. I think I'm going to build a research base. Would either let me take a card from the offers, which I don't think I want that. I think I'm just going to build a refinery on there, which means the competition team gets kicked off. And I do have a produce action that I could take. So now the competition is going to North Mars, since they've already got a base on Solar LP2. As for me, I am going to go ahead and... Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play out the reusable solid nuclear drive as Infra. So now I've got a base of move 5 on my corporation. And the competition's now going to South Mars as well. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I could take the cards in 3 infra slots. And I think I will. I'll play a chemical drive as a move 1. So now I've got 5 base move, which will give me the contract for 3 cards in infra slots. So that's another 2 profit for me. As for the competition, they are taking offers 1 and 4 off the board for me. Replenishing that with another heavy lifter, move 2 or build 2, and a build module, which is a build 1 that I can use as infra. Let's see. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a produce action. So I'm going to produce on. So that's a produce 1. I can choose 1 base with a P number essentially. But because I put a refinery there, I get to build. Let's see. Oh no, I don't get to. It's not build. I get P number gains +1, so I get 2 more profit, which is also going to give me the first produce action for another 2 profit. So that brings me up to 7. That's discarded, and I get to draw a card from the top. That's another production. I'm definitely going to want to start branching out here soon. Competition is going either to Luna or Solar LP2. I've got to double check what they can do. If they draw a card that they can't do anything with. Do they just pass their turn? Competition actions. Let's see. I don't think. Unless you or the competition already has a base there. So draw another. Okay. So they draw another card. 1 discovery and contract 1. So a discovery. Let's see. A discovery and a contract action. Hopefully there's something that explains. Here we go. If either or both can be carried out. The discovery is conducted if there's at least 1 empty explore box where they are. So, yep, there is an explore box at... There are explore boxes here. So, the appropriate explore value... Okay, so they'll place at North Mars. And they'll place out exomicrobes, which is 2 profit, 2 profit for them and a produce 1. So, right, so they get 2 profit, which means they're on the board now with 2 to my 7. As for me, I definitely want to branch out here. So I've got a base 5, 2, let's go, so 2 to get off Earth, 3, 4, 5, 6 to land at Deimos. I think we'll go with that. So we'll use a chemical drive to get my other team up to Deimos. And then I'll draw a card since I've got 3 in hand. Okay, there is only 1 start card left in the offers. That's not that useful. Then they go to either Deimos or Phobos. They can get a team to Deimos, so they will. And just going to double check here. Since there is a competition team not present, place a competition team. Okay. So we did that. Okay, I'm going to use... Let's see, do I want to risk having Deimos go away as a site here? I think the answer to that is no. Well, actually, I am going to risk it here. So I'll use a chemical drive to get me up to move 6. And this team is going to move 1, 4. Actually, I don't think I even need that, because there's no gravity penalty. Let's see, so if they're at Luna, I could go 1, 2, and land on Sisyphus, but I need to get access to build cards pronto. Yeah, we'll go over to Sisyphus because I've got an Explore 2 that I can use. And then I'll draw a card since I've got 4 in hand. Okay, that's interesting. That's an edge card that I could use. 1 Discovery and Contract 5. They've got another team at South Mars, which they'll take that. Exotic Elements, which is a 2 profit for them. Production 2 and base cost 1 extra. And Contract 5, which the contract... Is that just met? Is conducted has not been fulfilled. Okay, if there's no competition team on the contract, place a team on 5. Okay? So they are making progress on that. And I believe the Explorer... Let's see, it's the start of my turn, so I might actually want to use this. I'm just double checking here. Total Explore must equal the site's Explore cost. Okay. So I'm actually going to play Intercept for its Edge effect. Edge is play at the beginning of my turn, take 2 turns in a row. So I get to take 2 turns in a row here. I will start off with a Core Driller for the Explore 2. And I believe, let me look here. Any exploration box, the action's total Explore value must equal or exceed. I'm wondering if I can explore at multiple sites. An empty exploration box and one of my teams there. So the action's total. I don't see anything that says I can't do that, so I'm going to go with it. I've got 2 1s up here anyway. So I'll explore at Sisyphus first, putting down a Natural Wonder. That'll give me 2 profit. So that brings me up to 9. And for up here at Deimos, I'll find Water, which is a 1 profit, base minus 1. So that means it costs 4 to build a base there. Then I will draw a card. And then since this is my second, since I have 2 turns in a row here, what do I want to do here? I'm going to need some build to be able to build a base in either place. I think with that in mind, I am going to start accumulating some build. So I'm going to grab the Heavy Lifter. I'm taking a research action, by the way. I'm going to grab the Heavy Lifter and a card off the top. Okay, that's helpful. And then we'll flip out a Hack Research 2. Now, I believe those come... I believe the competition plays edges, I think, when they come out as part of their actions. Are only performed but during its offers action when they come out. Okay. That's what I thought. Lunar LP4, which they can get a team out there. Let's see. I've got some build in my hand now. The question is, what do I want to do with it? Base minus 1. That's a 4 to put a base down there. Yeah, let's go ahead and use processors and a Heavy Lifter to put a base down up here on Deimos. I'm going to... Question is, do I think I'm doing any kind of building on in this region up here? And I don't think I am. So I think I'm just going to put a research base down, which will let me grab a card from the offers. I'll grab Hack. That'll go into my hand. Then I'll replenish that with an offer, another solid nuclear drive, which I might want to use as an infra soon. As for the competition, they're taking offers 1, 2, and 4 off the board. I was kind of eyeing that solid nuclear drive, but I do have 1 in my hand. So we'll replenish those. We've got another Heavy Lifter, 2, and a Survey module. That's an Explore 1 or a Build 1 that I can upgrade as infra. Let's see here. Let's see, I need 4 build down here to build another base on Sisyphus. Unfortunately, I am minus build at the moment. Although if I use this hack as part of a research action, I could get to that. Hand limit, I believe, is 8 cards. Though announcing a research action requires that I have 7 or fewer, there's no actual hand limit. So I will take a research action and I'll use hack for that. Actually, let me see how the edge is played on hack. Play when a competition card is revealed, discard that card without effect and draw another. So I'm going to take 4 cards. I'm going to take the 2 heavy lifters, since I do need build. I'm going to draw 1 from the top. I'm actually going to grab the survey module. 2, 3. I do want to try, well, unfortunately I can't get to that genome accelerator until I play some cards out of my hand, because I need to have 7 or fewer cards in hand before I can take, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. They're going for a Discovery and Contract 6. They don't have anywhere where they can explore, so they're just putting a competition team on contract. Oh no, Contract 6 has already been fulfilled, because I got the cards in 3 infra slots. So as we established, they flip over a new card. North Mars, they're building a base there. So I'm going into my draw cup for a base. That's a spaceport, which I don't think is a matching base for the competition. Spaceport. I need the competition bases. Here we go. Spaceport cited as a Lagrange point. It's not. So we're fortunate there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use my 2 heavy lifters for a build 4 so I can build down here on Sisyphus. And I want to pull a... What base do I want to put down there? I could put down an attraction. Unfortunately, I can't put down the biolab. Industrial is less than point. Actually, I can't put down industrial anyway. Refinery doesn't have a P number. I could put a research base, and I can't put a spaceport there. So I guess it's probably an attraction base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now I can get to the genome accelerator if I want to take a research action. Never mind. Offers 3 and 4, take that off the board. That was unfortunate. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to move this team over. Oh, actually, the competition did fulfill first base on Mars, so they get 3 profit. 1, 2, 3. They're catching up to me on that. Let's see. And we're looking at 4 non-Lagrange bases, which I've got 3. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to actually upgrade the chemical drive. That's a start card, so I want to keep that separate. I'll upgrade that into a solid nuclear drive, just to give me more move heading into the next era. There are a few ways that the era could end. I'm actually near the bottom of my deck for that to end this first era. Let's see what the competition's doing first. They're taking offers 1, 2, and 3, and I forget what that icon actually means, because I think that means something. An offer action lists 2 elements. Okay. As you discard cards, check to see if an action matches that. So 1, 2, 3. None of them match the research action. 1, 2, 3. Okay, which is fortunate for us because it means the profit doesn't catch up. Let's see. Now I think I am going to have this team Actually, what am I going to do here? If I'm going to go up here, I'm going to need more build for that. Actually, I have all of one build in my hand right now. So maybe the option here is I'm going to move up to Phobos. I've got enough base move in my infrastructure to do that. As for the competition, they're taking 1 discovery and contract 1. I've already fulfilled contract 1, and they have nowhere they can explore right now. So they're sending a team over to Halley's Comet. Okay, as for me, I'm going to go ahead and explore at Phobos since I've got a base Explorer 1 in my infrastructure. And I'll get abundant ores. That's actually very helpful. That's a P0, but the base is -2. So I'll probably have to take a research action to grab some build for that. Let's see what the Autumn is doing. 1 discovery and contract 6. They've got Halley's Comet where they can explore now. They get abundant ores there as well. Contract 6 has already been fulfilled. As for me, I'm going to take the aforementioned research action. Now that it's -2, I just need excavators to get to a base on Deimos, or on Phobos, and I'll take 1 off the top, which is a near space probe, and then I'll put out to replace that a heavy lifter. As for the Automa, they're going to Lunar Lagrange Point 4. They've already got a team there, so now they're putting a base out. It's a research base, and I don't think that does anything special for them. Does it? Yes, it does, actually. If I have more profit than the competition, they gain 1. So now they're up to 8 profit. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Well, now that I've got enough build on Phobos, now that I've got enough build for Phobos, I'm going to use my 2 build cards, which give me a total of 3 build, to build a base on Phobos. Let's see, what kind of base can I put there? Looks like it's probably just a research base, which will give me a card from the offers. I'll take the solid nuclear drive with the idea of upgrading my chemical drive so I've got more movement going into the next era. We'll put down a construction rover, and then 1, 2, and 4 for the Automa. 1, 2, 4. None of the research actions match. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to be near the end of... Okay. I'm going to be near the end of the era. So... either draw pile's emptied. I take 1 more turn without an intervening competition turn. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and replace... I'm going to upgrade my chemical drive into another solid nuclear drive. So now I've got a base Move 7 Explore 2 heading into the next era. As for the competition, they're going for 1 discovery and contract 5. They don't have anywhere they can explore right now. And actually, speaking of that... that gives me 1, 2, 3... Actually, I think Luna counts for a Lagrange base. Does it? I don't know that Luna actually does count as a Lagrange base. At least the way I'm reading that is if it says Lagrange, those are Lagrange bases. Luna's not Lagrange, so I'm going to go with that as being a non-Lagrange base. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Coming back to my turn, though, I upped my profit by 2 as well. Coming back to my turn, actually, 1 discovery, contract 5. Nope, we were on the competition's turn. They have nowhere they can discover, and actually they do have contract 5 that they can fulfill. So now they gain the 2 profit from that. As for me, what What do I want to do here? I'm going to move a team up to Deimos and take the first Beyond marker. I've got way more than enough base move to do that. Then they're going to Solar Lagrange Point 5, which is over here. And now I'm going to take a research action, which is going to empty the draw pile. So I'm going to take the Genome Accelerator and the top card here, which is a Processors. And now that my draw pile has been emptied, I take one more turn. I'm going to play out the Genome Accelerator so I can advance my genetics marker one step. That's the end of the era. So, yeah. Either draw pile has been emptied. Okay. Competition gains X profit, where X is equal to the competition-based discovery pair with the highest current production value, which right now is 1. 1 profit for them. Legacy production, I can choose a discovery tile on the board that has a production value and is accompanied by one of my bases. Actually, I'm going to choose this exotic elements that's got legacy production on it, and the refinery gives it a +1, so it gives me 2. So it gives me 2 production. Let's see, remove both the discovery tile and the base and place them together in the legacy production, which I've done that. Cards played as infra remain on my HQ. Remove from play all other era cards, yada yada yada. I'm going to separate the... Oh, I was playing out the Genome Accelerator on my intervening turn. So everything that I've played as infra stays. Let's see. Okay. And playing pieces, we return bases, teams and bases to the holding area. So I'll pull everything back. Let's see, that's an E1, E2, 1. These are probably going to end up back in the draw cup. So that's what I'm going to go with for now. 2, 1, 1. Okay, set aside competition teams and bases. Okay, I'm trying to remember which bag I had. Okay, I think I kind of remember how I had this set up. So yeah. Alright, we'll get all of these. Get the competition teams off the board. Okay. Leave the business display where it is. I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance here, because I'm going to pull the start cards, at least the ones that are available to be pulled, out so I can set them aside as part of storing the game. I've still got... Actually, I don't have any in my infra, so never mind. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There should be one more. And it's not in my infra, I know that. So where did it end up in here? It's not currently out. Unless it's in my hand, maybe? Ah, yeah, here it is. It was in my hand. Okay, so those can go back to the box. We're not likely to play all 3 eras in this game, I don't think. I've never really liked the Starfarers era. I like playing this game into 2 eras. To me, that's kind of the sweet spot for it. Let's see, business display stays. So now we're going to flip. Actually, we need to take these cards off the board as well. Let's see. Okay, those go over here, if I can ever get that back in the box. Okay, now we are going to work on making some space here. I'll deal with the Planeteers deck a little bit later. So you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit as I set this up, because now we're bringing in the progress board, and I'm going to figure out how I want to position this into shot. Let's see. So those are going to end up going in the draw cup most likely. Actually, I'm almost certain they will go in the draw cup, and I just realized this camera is very crooked today. Let's see, we'll do that. Then we'll pull out the new board. See if I can get that to lay flat. Move the business board just a little bit. Gotta get the cable. Actually, let me get the scoreboard out of the way. We won't need... shoot. Those contracts were fulfilled. Yeah. Yep, okay. So those two contracts were fulfilled already. Oops, missed an exploiter. Yeah, I think we got most of that in shot. So now we've got the sideboard, new era. So now we're going to proceed with setting up the Planeteers era. You guys will get to listen to me cuss and swear about how all this works. So now we need the discovery tiles for the Planeteers era. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So there's competition teams. We'll put those there. E2s. E1, 2, 1, 3. 1, 1, 2. A lot of twos. Threes. And the rest of these are twos, right? Yes. Okay, so we'll shuffle up the ones. I'm doing all of this off camera, by the way. I could just as easily have draw cups for all of these, but unless the game specifically calls for it, I don't want to have 5 million draw cups floating all around. That's just something I've never been very warm to. Whoop. Okay. We'll get the twos. We'll get some of the twos over. And the threes. Okay. So that's all good to go. Then the teams, which I've done that, place 2 of my teams at the inner solar system. Okay, first beyond, which I did hold that. So I can set one of my 2 teams up at Ceres, which is all the way up here. So that's very helpful. I need to place the first beyond at the Oort cloud, just at the edge of the solar system by out past Pluto. Okay, then competition bases, which I already did that. I need the Planeteers deck, which I just shuffled back into the... Okay, so now I need that. I need to set the... Nope, that's the Mariners deck. I need the Planeteers deck, which is this deck right here, most likely. If I can ever get it open from the bag I had it in. That's the Starfarers deck, which the Automo will be using, right? Just looking here, Palace, yep, okay, so I've got the deck that they will be using. I need the deck I'll be using, which is this one right here, I think, yep. Okay, so I need to sort the start cards back out. Fortunately, it's easy because they have start labeled on the bottom. Okay, perfect. So I'll shuffle those. I'll shuffle the rest of this. Okay. Then we've got the start cards. I'll shuffle these up as well. Okay. All right, I'll deal 2 cards to myself as a start. Then place 4 out as the offers. And then we'll put the other 6 on top of the deck as a starter. Or as the top of the deck. Let's see, then we need the Starfarers deck, which I believe we established was this deck right here. Yes. Okay. So we'll give that a... Actually, we need to set aside 6 of those face down. Sorry the video is kind of slowed down into me doing setup for the next era. Usually I'd put the camera on usually I put the stream on Be Right Back in OBS, but I figure it's probably good to let you guys see how this actually works so you can see how the game flows. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Sunday morning space exploration. We'll be back with something a little bit more frantic later this afternoon as we're continuing the 2009-10 hockey season replay in Stratomatic Hockey. And if you'll give me a second, I will tell you while I'm doing setup here what the next game for that is going to be. Assuming I can get the paper copy of my ticker out. Right, we will be at the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as the Columbus Blue Jackets will be taking on the Montreal Canadiens in Stratomatic Hockey. Turns out that's the only game for the day on November 24th, 2009. Probably was Thanksgiving or something, if I had to guess. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Then these get shuffled in their deck. Alright, that is all set to go. And I need the 6 cards that I put aside on top of the deck. There we are. Let's see, grab the competition deck. I did that already. We'll flip the 4 offers up when we're ready to go. Then I need the progress cards, except for cooperative empathy. Whenever I use an opponent's infra or base, they don't receive a reward. So I won't be using that as part of the game. So I need the Planeteers adaptations and right. So first we've got adaptation, where my move actions gain base move 5 for low body mass. Then energy efficient, my build actions gain build 3. Then we've got sensory focus. Whenever I draw an E3 or primary discovery tile, I draw 2 instead, choose 1 to implement, then put the other back on top of its draw pile. Am I going to play all 3 eras? No, I'm not going to play all 3 eras. I'm going to stop after 2 because I need to get a second workout in before my game group comes over later today. And I've never really liked Starfarers as an era anyway. I figure a good stopping point is at 2. But the nice thing about this game is you can jump in at any era you want. There are instructions there should be instructions in here. Actually, yeah, it looks like there are bases in here as well. And let me finish setting up the breakthroughs and adaptations, and I'll show you how you can jump in at any era in the game. We've got quantum mechanics, where my research actions gain research 1. Energy fields, all my bases are considered secure in addition to their other type. And explore actions gain explore times 2. So essentially that doubles my explore values. What was I looking for? Oh yes. So normally when you're playing a game of SpaceCorp, you'll use one of these corporation boards where you can see it's got symbols for all 3 eras that you'll play through. But there are boards in here. Yep. There are boards in here where you can start off in the Planeteers era and play just Planeteers and Starfarers. You would just start setting up at Planeteers. But there are also boards in here where you can start setting up at just Starfarers. So you can actually start at any point of the game. If you want to play just just a Mariners era, which is era 1, you would use one of the boards that gives you the Mariners era, gives you all 3. So there are ways to jump in at any era of the game. And where was I after that ramble? Oh yes, progress cards, which I just did. Progress wheel I didn't do. Will reveal the start offers, what's in my hand, and then the competition will take their first turn. So our start offer is a closed gas core nuclear booster. It's got a move 4 that I can upgrade as infra. Then a science booster, which gives me a one-time move 4 or explore 1. Then another closed gas core nuclear booster, and another closed gas core nuclear booster. I've got a grown mesh, which is a build 2 or a shielded 1, which you can see right there. The shielded 1 comes from radiation being a consideration once you get out past the asteroid belt. If you're taking a move or a build action, you have to take it shielded, or else it costs you 2 profit to take a non-shielded. And I've got another science booster, which is a move 4 or an explore 1. So now we're set for the competition to take their first turn. They're sending a team up to Interamnia, which is up over here. Then I've got a base explore 2 in my infra, so I'm going to take that on Ceres, which gives me abundant ores, which is a P2, so it's a production 2. As for the competition, they are sending a team up to Europa, which is one of the moons of Jupiter. I also draw a card, because I only had 2 in hand. That's survey drones. What do I need to build a base on Ceres? That's a build 3. Which I don't have enough to do that right now. So, I think... Let's see, the contract here could be for asteroid bases. So I think I'm going to send my other team up to Vesta. Drawing a card. Okay. Closed gas core nuclear drive could be very useful because that gives me a move 3 or a shielded move 2. As for the competition, they're sending a team up to Ceres, where I've got one already. I should probably try to build a base there before that gets away from me. And I'm going to start with an Explore on Vesta, which will give me a profit and a production 1. So I'm up to 13 profit now. As for the competition, they're going for 2 discoveries and contract 6. They've got an E1 on Interamnia, which is a natural wonder, so 2 profit, which is going to bring them tied with us at 13. And they put a team on contract 6, which is 2 non-start Planeteer cards and 3 infra slots. Let's see. Actually, they wouldn't build a base there, I don't think. I think I brought that chart. I brought my chart over. I didn't bring here's the competition base chart, okay? Alright, so I've got the competition chart over here now as well. I really want to use this grown mesh as shielded build if I can. So I think... I think here I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one of my solid nuclear drives. I'm going to upgrade that into a closed gas core nuclear drive, mostly so I can get the shielded move. That's an unshielded build, but that'll be fine if I'm building on Ceres. They're sending a team up to Pallas, which is over here. Then I will use my engineers to do an unshielded build on Ceres. Let's see, I could build a... what do I want to do here? Site has no gravity penalty, so I think I will... I want to save my shield... not my shield factories. I want to save my spaceports until I can get out a little bit further. I want to be at least out to Saturn, where I can find a site that doesn't have a gravity penalty before I worry about putting down spaceports. So I think I'm going to just put down a research base on Ceres, which actually kicks the competition team off, and I can take a card from the offers. I'm going to grab one of these closed gas core nuclear boosters. Then we'll replenish that with another grown mesh, and I'll draw a card since I have 4 in hand. There's another grown mesh. As for the competition, they're taking offers 1 and 2 off the board, which I don't mind that because I'm trying to get shielded build now. There's engineers and a fusion drive, which is move 8 or explore 3. And actually there wasn't a component for the actions there. The offers action. Let's see. What to do. That's a build 3 on Vesta. I think I'm going to send this team back to Hygeia, because I want to try to get the 4 asteroid bases. As for the competition, they're sending a team out to Dione, which is up here, one of the moons of Saturn. Let's see, then I'm going to take a base explorer at Hygeia, which is a special discovery, so I can discard this tile and draw an E2 instead, which is exotic elements. 2 profit, production 2, but the base cost is +2, so now it would cost me 5 to build a base there. So I'm up to 15 profit. As for the competition, they are taking offers 2, 3, and 4 off the board. And what is the Planeteers match? Doesn't say anything about, actually, doesn't say anything about that, I don't think. No. So those are off the board, and now we get 3 new offers. There's an open gas core nuclear drive, which is an unshielded move 6. zero-G factory, and an open gas core nuclear booster. The only thing I don't like about that open gas core nuclear booster is it's a one-time shielded move. And here's the rest of my hand. I was wondering where that got off to. Which actually could be nice, because as long as part of the move is shielded, everything's shielded. So if I were to use one of my teams, so if I were to use this team, say, to get out to Ganymede, for instance, as long as I use the closed gas core nuclear drives move as shielded, the entire move action is considered to be shielded, which means I don't take the radiation penalty. So I think I will take a research action, actually. I'm going to grab the open gas core nuclear drive, and I'll take a card off the top. Okay, then we'll replenish the offers with a micro mesh, which is an Explore 2 or Build 3 that I can upgrade as infra. Competition is taking adaptation on RR, which is radiation resistant. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. They've already removed that card's prerequisite. They have not, thankfully, but offers 3 and 4 go away. No research cards to match, so they don't gain more profit from that. Then we'll replenish, finding another zero-G factory, and an open gas core nuclear booster. Let's see. Well, we've got a build 3 on Vesta, but a build 5 on Hygeia. I think we'll go with the build... I think we'll take a build 5 to put a base down on Hygeia. Question is, what do I want to put there? It doesn't have water, so I can't use a shield factory there. And no gravity penalty is less than pointless there. I think it's just going to be another research base down on Hygeia. And I will grab the open gas core nuclear drive. Oh, wait, I don't want to use... Actually, hold on. I got to think about this again. Because I forgot that Micro Splicers had a genetics card on it, and I'm not sure I want to use it for a build. I think I do actually want to use the Micro Splicers as a genetics. So we'll use it that way. As for the competition, they're sending a team up to Callisto, which is another moon of Jupiter's. Okay, well... I think I will go ahead and use... I'll go ahead and upgrade the reusable solid core nuclear drive into an open gas core nuclear drive. That'll give me 3 more move as I start looking to move out of the asteroid belt. Then they are sending a team to Titania or to Ariel. They can get to Titania. Holy crap, they got all the way out by Uranus. That could be problematic. And it's non-start cards for the contract. I think I will take a research action here, though. Let's take the zero-G factory and a card off the top. Okay, I don't completely hate that. And we'll put out a nuclear mass driver, which is a move 5 or build 3. Then we've got a team going out to Ganymede, which is up here. Now I'll take a build on... Actually, do I want to take a build? Or do I want to take a production action? Yeah, I think we're going to take a production action here. No, I think we are going to take a build here. We'll use a 0G for a build 4. And I'll use that on... Actually, I'll use that for Vesta. We'll build a base there. I'm going to put down a research base. And I will grab a micro mesh. Then we'll put out another card for the offers. That's survey drones, move 4 or explore 2 that it can upgrade as infra. Then we've got offers 1, 3, and 4 coming off the board. At least that leaves the survey drones. The question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could still take a research action if I want it, but we need 3 cards to replace the offers. First up, we've got another analytic excavators, then another 0G factory, and an extruders, which is a build 3 or a shielded build 2 that I can upgrade as infra. Which I think we are going to take a research action here. So I do have 7 cards in hand, which means I can take this action. So I'll grab the analytic excavators. Do I want the extruders or do I want the survey drones? I think I actually want the survey drones and the extruders. The survey drones is just a straight upgrade over the solid nuclear drive. Mobile Labs, Research 2 or Explore 2, and another micro mesh. Then the competition is going to remove breakthrough energy fields and offers 1 and 2. So they get 2 profit for that. And offers 1 and 2. So these 2 come off the board. Replaced with a nuclear mass driver, move 5 or build 3, and an open gas core nuclear drive that can be upgraded as infra. Excuse me. Let's see. And I think with that in mind, I am going to upgrade my solid nuclear drive as my action for the turn. We'll turn that into survey drones, which is a move 4 or explore 2. They're sending a team up to Io, which is up here. So the competition, as you can see, has got teams everywhere. What do I want to do now? I don't really want to risk this shielded move 2 from this closed gas core nuclear drive. So I think instead, let's see, 3 bases and regions beyond Jupiter. What do I want to do here? Let's move. So 3, 5. That would let me put a base down on Hygeia. I don't want to use. Yeah, this is a tough decision because I've got a shielded build in my hand, but I've also got a lot of base move. I don't want to use the. I think I'm going to use the micro mesh and the grown mesh as a total build 5 to build a base here on Hygeia. Let's keep that start card separate. And I'm going to put down another research base there. And I will grab the. I'm going to grab the 0G factory, figuring I can take a fair amount of production. And that puts out a deep space probe, which lets me explore. It lets you explore 3 or place a discovery tile on an empty site, gaining any immediate rewards. As for the competition, they're sending a team out to Titan, moon of Saturn. Then I am going to move up to Pallas. Competition is sending a team to Dione. Actually, they're going to, I believe with the competition team present, they draw a discovery tile and place a base. So that's a discovery tile 2 on Dione, which is exomicrobes, 2 profit for the competition. So now they've pulled ahead. And they get a base, and the team leaves. And we hope this isn't a matching base for the competition. That's an attraction, which I doubt an attraction is a matching base with biological material. Their attraction is not a matching base. Okay, so we got away with one there. I've got enough base Explorer, so I'll take an Explorer on Palas, and I've got enough build that I can build there. Ooh, water. So 1 profit and base cost 1 less. So that's actually base cost of 2. So I get 1 profit. As for the competition, they're taking offers 2 and 3 off the board. They're working on emptying my deck pretty quickly. Clone Forge, which is Produce 1 or Genetics 1, and Poach, which is Explore 3. And that is coming out as part of a competition, as part of an offers action. So Poach, I choose and discard half the cards in my hand rounded down. Well, that'll solve some of my problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 round down, so I'm discarding 3 cards. I want to keep the Extruders, the Grown Mesh, the Analytical Excavators, and I think the 0G Build Factory, and we'll discard the rest of that. That's getting me rid of 3 start cards. I was initially going to say that's brutal, but it kind of isn't, to be honest. Like I said, that gets me rid of 3 start cards in my hand. Let's see, what to do here. Well, I do have enough build, and it's unshielded here, so I will actually take a Grown Mesh. So actually, we'll use a Grown Mesh to build a base here, and I'm going to build a Shield Factory. Now, because I'm building a Shield Factory there, right there, it's got water, the action during which the Shield Factory is built is automatically shielded. And I can choose to have a move action originating from this region, so if I have a team move from Palas, it's automatically shielded. And a build action in there is also shielded, but there's no build actions to take there, which also bumps the competition team off. And that gives me 4 asteroid bases, which gives me the combined value of both contracts. In this case, that's 5 profit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I get to draw a card since I only have 3 in hand. Okay, I don't totally hate that. I just mostly hate that. Let's see. They are sending a team to Vesta, except they're not because I've got a base there already. So they're removing Adaptation, Sensory Focus, and offers 2 and 3, which loses me that Clone Forge, but that's not... So that gives them another profit. And that loses those 2 offers. Replacing that with another Extruders and an Antimatter Prototype, which I either do a build 5 or relocate one of my teams currently at the inner solar system to any site. I don't have any of my teams there. So now I want to start moving out. And I've got a base move. I've got a base move of 13 or shielded 12, and I definitely want to lean into that. The question is, where do I want to go with that? I think we're going to go... Let's see, I need 1, 2, 4... yeah, so we'll send Vesta on a shielded move 4. We'll send that team to Rhea. Then for the competition, they're sending a team to either Umbriel or Oberon, and they can get to Umbriel. I've got enough base Explore to explore on Rhea, so let's see what we find here. We find an alien artifact, which is 2 profit and Revelation 1. So the Revelation and Breakthrough markers are how I get my hands on these. And I got the 2 profit from the alien artifact on Rhea. The competition is sending a team to Enceladus, which Enceladus is over here in Saturn area. And I do get to draw a card, actually. I did forget about that. Okay, that's either Explore 3 or place a discovery tile on an empty site, gain any immediate rewards. Let's see. Unfortunately, I can't build a shield factory there, and I'd have to use a shielded build out here if I want to build something here. That's also a cost of 5. which I could do that. What could I put there? That's an attraction. I think I will actually do that. Ick, I don't know how that reduced size on me. It shouldn't have. I really don't want to lose my closed gas core nuclear drive because that shielded move is very helpful. And the fact that I didn't get a water base there is actually kind of irritating. So the fact that I didn't get a water base here is kind of irritating. But there's really nothing I can do about that. So I think I will I'll actually use the analytic excavators to take a revelation action. So I'll move my black token along the wheel. Then I'll draw a card, since I have 4 in hand. Okay, there's a closed gas core nuclear drive that isn't a starter, so that'll at least fulfill the contract on the non-start Planeteer cards in 3 infra slots. So that's something, anyway. Team up to Ceres or Pallas. They can't do either one of those. And I've got cards flying everywhere here. So they're drawing again, sending a team up to Charon, all the way up here in the middle of nowhere, basically. They're going up to Pluto. Let's see. Then I'm going to have... Unfortunately, I think I do need to get some shielded move into my infrastructure. Or some shielded build into my infrastructure. So I'm probably going to have to give up my closed gas core nuclear drive, which is unfortunate because the shielded move is very handy. But I'm going to put down the extruders that I've been tossing around, which gives me shielded 3, move 3, or build 3, or shielded build 2. That also gives me the contract on... the non-start cards in infra slots. So that's another 2 profit, which brings me up to 25. The team comes back for the competition, and I'll draw a card. Mobile Labs, not totally garbage, but, well, I was going to say mostly garbage, but I definitely need to get I definitely want shielded move. I feel a little bit naked without it, as it were. They're removing low body mass and offers 1 and 4. So they're removing that, gaining the profit, and offers 1 and 4 come off the board. Then we'll flip over more survey drones and an open gas core nuclear drive. And most of the reason I took shielded build 2 is because I want to start building bases out here. So I'm going to use the nuclear mass driver to build a base on the alien artifact that I've put on Rhea. I'm using shielded build 2 from the extruders, plus build 3 from the mass driver to get up to 5 on Rhea, which I will build an attraction there as well. I'll build an attraction there, which gives me a P1. So when I take a produce action, I can use that to gain another profit. As for the competition, they're looking at Oberon or Titania. They can get a team up to Oberon. As for me... Actually, I didn't draw a card. So I will do that. Okay, what does hack let me do when it's... Oh, that's right. Well, I'm going to use a move from Pallas. It's automatically shielded because it's originating from a shield factory. And I'll move it to Iapetus. I know I pronounced that totally wrong. 2 discoveries and contract 6. They will go... They can do the 2 discoveries, so we'll do the 2 on Titania and Umbriel. First is Pirates. When placed, each player with a team in this region loses a profit. So that's the competition. Secure base only at this location, base +2. And water abundant ores. So their profit stays. They get a production of 2, base -1. So they can't take the contract 6 because I've already fulfilled it. So that part's done. We'll do an Explore 2 here at Iapetus. And we'll find exomicrobes. 2 profit and genetics 1, which lets me take a breakthrough. So I get 2 profit and I get a breakthrough. I wish I could take radiation resistant, but I will actually take the... So I need any other adaptation. I will take the... I'm going to take low body mass to give me move 5. I've got kind of a plan in my head. It'll probably make sense in a minute. Probably make sense on my next turn, honestly. Then they're sending a team to Triton, which is all the way up here. Let's see. I'm going to upgrade my open gas core nuclear drive to the closed gas core nuclear drive, which does reduce my base move, but it gives me shielded move back, and the shielded move is what I was after there. So I'll draw a card, okay. Then the competition, going to the lowest even sight. Lowest even sight is 2, there's nothing there. 4, I've got a base there already. 6, Europa, so they're going to put a discovery there, which is abundant ores and a natural wonder. 2 profit for them, and they get a base out there. So let's see what base they get out there. And once again, we hope it's not a matching base. Research factory. If I have more profit than the competition, and I do, they gain 1. So they gain a profit. Then for me, let's see, that's a build 5, and I do have shielded build in my... Let's see, okay, so I will take a shielded build plus a 0G factory to put down a biolab on Iapetus, which will let me advance my genetics marker one space. Then I'll draw a card. Okay, that's actually very helpful. That's another genetics card into my hand. Then the competition is removing energy efficient and offers 2 and 4. So they gain a profit. I'll move that so we see that it's my, and offers 2 and 4. Any produce, there are none there. Antimatter patent, which is a build 5 or gain 2 profit. And survey miner, explore 3 or produce 1. What to do. Let's see here. Well, now I've got both shielded move and shielded build, so I think we're going to move out. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to take a big research action, so we're going to go research total of 6. So I want 1, 2, and it's probably going to be draw 4 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's very helpful. Actually, all of those are very helpful. Replace that with another micro mesh and another closed gas core nuclear drive. As for the Automa, they're taking offers 1 and 3, no production actions to look at, or to match. So my deck is getting near empty, and they've got competitors' edge, which I lose 2 profit, so that's kind of gross. And fusion drive, move 8 or explore 3. I'm going to start off with I just had it, intercept, which will let me take another turn after this one. So what do I want to do here? I'm going to go for a genetics action. I'm going to go for genetics 2, which will let me break through that, and that will give me another adaptation. I'm going to take radiation resistant. I'll gain a profit since I got the first one, which means now my move and build actions are shielded from radiation, so no problems there. And then for my second turn, Now that my actions are all shielded, let's move up to, let's see, so 5, 9, now I can go 12, which is more than enough to get me up to Ariel. So that's what we'll go with. Sending a team to Rhea. I just built a base there. They can't do that. Lowest odd site. 1 is Hygeia. I've got a base there. 3, same thing with Palas. 5, they'll build a base there. Biolab, which is not a matching base for them. Thankfully. Let's see. Then I'll start off with an Explorer on Ariel. Special Discovery, I get to draw an E3 tile instead. Ooh, Aquatic Life. 2 profit, Genetics 1. So 2 profit, Genetics 1. And now I've got options. If I want a shield factory out there, or I could even potentially build a spaceport up there because there's no, what's the word I want? There's no gravity penalty. But let's see what we can do here. They are sending a team to Ganymede, except they already have a team there, so they'll place an Explorer, they will place a Discovery, which is an alien artifact, and they'll place a base. Which is a spaceport. Spaceport says it's not a matching base, I don't think. Actually, it is. If the competition has at least 2 other bases, and they do, they take the first beyond marker. Which is unfortunate, but there's no help for that. Let's see. I will... What do I want to do here? Okay, remove a competition team from a site or contract if I play Sabotage as an edge. Let's see, that's a base 7 to build there. And I don't need a shield factory now that I've got radiation resistant. So I think a base 7 there, I've got, actually everything's already shielded. So I'll use an antimatter prototype to get up to the 7 necessary to build on Ariel. There I'm going to build another biolab, which will let me advance my genetics marker forward again. As for the competition, they're removing low body mass, but they can't do that. Offers 1 and 4 do come off the board, though. And my deck is starting to get pretty low. That's a Quantum Leap, Research 2 or Revelation 1, and Hostile Microbes for Genetics 1. And since this is coming out during their offers action, play at the end of any turn. Hostile Microbes, discard all genetics cards from your hand and offer boxes. I have none in my hand, but I do have Hostile Microbes as an offer. So that gets replenished. Fusion Drive, and I've got 1 card left in my deck. What do I want to do here now? Let's see here. Did we miss any contracts? Actually, they met the 2 progress cards. 1, 2, 3. 3 bases and regions beyond Jupiter. I've got that. So that's another 3 profit. I've been doing a terrible job paying attention to my contracts. Let's see. Bases in 3 regions beyond Jupiter. Not yet. 3 bases in 1 region. I think the Automa met that. Bases on 4 sites containing water or life. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Never mind. And so yeah, nothing there yet. What to do? Let's see. Well, I'm going to play the antimatter patent out for the gain 2 profit. And then since I have 4 cards in hand, this is my last card, which means I take a... So either draw pile has been emptied. I take 1 more turn without an intervening competition turn. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to... Do I even care about playing... Do I even care about playing about genetics right now? I think the answer right now is really no. I think I'm going to place a... I think we're going to play... Because this is the last turn of the game. So I'm going to take a produce action, actually, and use my... Actually, am I going to use my legacy production, or am I going to use a different base? Well, either one's going to get me... I think any base I use is going to get me 2 profits, so any of them are going to work fine for that. And that'll do it for the Planeteers era, because my draw deck is empty. So at this point, we're just going to total up. We're just going to look at the profit. Whoever's got the most wins. I've got 35 profit to the competition having 26 profit, so I actually win the game. And like I said, that's the nice thing about this game, is it's got very defined start and stop points. So there are ways you can start. So you can start at any era and stop after any era, because you've got clearly defined points where you can do that. And I really like this game. There is a fair amount of narrative that comes out in terms of how you go through exploring during the game. But it's not as strong as, say, something like the Hunters in the narrative aspect, obviously. But to me, it's got its own little charm to it, where, again, and it's very, what's the word I want? It's very thematic and historically accurate, I think, where you really get the feel of exploring our solar system in this game in a somewhat abstracted way. And always glad to share these playthroughs, Conflict. Hopefully you're able to stop by and enjoy most of my playthroughs. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so let's wrap this video up. Later this afternoon, we will be at the Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as we continue my 2009-10 hockey season replay with the Columbus Blue Jackets coming to Montreal to play the Canadiens. Wednesday, we're continuing Space Month with Twilight Inscription by Fantasy Flight. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Exquisite Exandria Official Critical Role Cookbook as we make the entree, fried chicken and coffee bacon gravy. As for next week, we've got another space game on the channel. Of course, with Space Month, I've got to remember what that space game is now. Assuming Excel actually wants to cooperate with me and open up this morning. Meanwhile, I guess I can start cleaning up since that's where we're headed here. And Excel is still being a pain in the neck, I see. Here we go. Okay, it's taking its sweet time loading. I think it's a Star Wars game I've got lined up next week anyway. Here we go. And yes, we are playing Star Wars: The Clone Wars next week. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then,